veer out a little bit.
Yeah, well, he did that in the semi from box 2. Did Brian Bullock just looked for a wee bit of room and a bit of space at the first bend in that semi. Look, it's an even market, isn't it? You know, when you take out Raw Energy at 220 and 1.35, and you know you've got Speed Legend well supported, Opawa Swede well supported, Piggyback well supported, Whaler Go well supported, and even a wee bit of money for Fancy Dasher and Brighton Bullet. It shows the quality of this field and the fact that there's, I mean, Raw Energy stands out a wee bit, but it's going to be a tough go to that first bend.
It will be. Well, let's get to runner number 1, and that is Fancy Dasher, trained by Dennis Schofield. He won 3 Group 1s last season to Dennis Schofield, and as we pointed out, to Greyhound, where she can jump and put herself in the race.
Yeah, she does have that really good box speed, beautifully bred too by Brett Lee out of Sweet Fancy. I don't think she can win the race. I don't think she's strong enough here at Addington Raceway to be able to win. Piggyback gunned her down in the heat, and the come home sectionals weren't for this grade of dog weren't super. But look, there's a very, very good chance she's going to be in front when they hit that first bend.
Yep, that's right, and it's been well supported. I can tell you, there's been some money in the red versus pink book, and there was a $2,000 bet, in fact, placed on Fancy Dasher because it's up against Starburst Clemmy, which is the outsider in the field. So $2,000 on Fancy Dasher. Quickly, another update on some other well-backed Greyhounds. $2,000 on Opawa Swede, and also $1,000 on Opawa Swede to be the first Fahey home, even though it's longer than Whaler Go on the book. So it's some good bets coming through when it comes to the fixed odds. Raw Energy number 2. We've spoken a lot about the Greyhound, Craig. 29.89 here when it last presented, and that was in the semi-finals. You can see that Fahey first dog home book. And as we said, money on Opawa Swede. Was it Opawa Swede at around, yeah, $2,000 in their book. Anyway, we get back to Raw Energy. Is it your top pick?
Yeah, you've got to have it on top. And look, a few months ago it was racing below par, but I know that the McInerney's had a bit of trouble with it, and they were able to race him through it, and he come out the other side good as gold, and they've got him in form right at the right time, right when it counts. And if he produces a run like he did last week or the week before, they just will not beat him, because on the bunny he simply goes too fast.
Well, number 3 has been scratched, which has meant that the 9 runner gets into the field, and Brighton Bullet. Now, Brighton Bullet is a greyhound that's had 5 starts from box 3 for 2 wins and 1 minor placing. A wider track would have been more suitable, though, for him, for Brighton Bullet.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear Dave Fahey. He said this dog is really, really well at the moment, and that run for third in the semi in particular was exceptional, because they were running really quick up front, and when they're running that sort of time, for that dog to make up the ground that it did, it was a super effort. And look, I'll tell you what, if he happened to somehow settle himself in the first 2 or 3, as long as Rory's not in front, there's no reason why that dog couldn't win the race.
Okay, well, that's the 9 Brighton Bullet for Jean and Dave Fahey. Bill Hodgkinson, he's got his first runner in a New Zealand Cup. Finished off really nicely, I thought, in the semi-final, to be only, a length and a quarter away from Whaler Go. I speak of number 4 in Speed Legend.
You look, Billy's a grand old campaigner. He's been training dogs for more years than he probably cares to remember. But it's great to see him have one that he's been able to bring down here to Addington. And look, I think the Addington circuit would really suit this dog, because he's not the best trapper around. He likes to get a bit of time to get settled and then get wound up. And this sort of track suits dogs like that. But once again, what worries me is how much of a head start he's going to give to whoever's in front. And as you know, as I keep saying, it's Raw Energy. He's running for second, but he's the sort of a dog that's a good smoky in the race, because he won't be there when they're all skirmishing at the first bend. He probably will be just slotting right in behind that on the rail.
Right, number 5 is Opawa Swede. He was able to get a PB in his last start in 29.95. That was from box number 4 in the semi-final.
Yeah, look, the track was on fire for the semis, but even having said that, there's not many dogs that break 30 seconds here. You know, to break 30 seconds is a massive effort. And another one that just seems to have come really into form right at the right time. And a beautifully bred dog too, by Bombastic Shiraz out of Perfect Token, that I know Mick Abbott sold to Robin Wales for substantial money a few years ago. Opawa Swede made a very good beginning last start, and that's what the Fahey's do at this time of year. Their dogs they've got V12 motors in them.
Yeah, they have. Number 6 is Piggyback. It's a Greyhound that has won 2 Group 1s, a Wanganui Cup and a Waterloo Cup, and is unbeaten in the green.
He's a talented dog, this dog, and he had big reps on him when he came to New Zealand. His chasing tendency was a wee bit slack, and that's one of the reasons he came here. He's taken to the finish on. He won the Waterloo Cup earlier on in the year, and a dog with heaps of pace. I don't think he's strong enough to win this race. I just think the last 40 or 50, 60 metres, he just weakens that wee bit, whereas dogs like Raw Energy or Brighton Bullet or Speed Legend are really starting to get into their work at that stage of the race. And he's not well drawn. What he would need to do, jump and lead, clearly. And, if something can't sort of emerge out of the first bend to chase him, then he would win the race. But I don't think that will happen.
He's been support around the 7 Whaler Go with the bookmakers, consistent this season, and does have good box stats out in the black.
Yeah, look, he's another one that went super in the semi-final as well, 30-17, and he's been a good dog. By Scott Excited out of Winsome Grace, locally bred, but box 7 won't worry him. Like he goes okay from those outside boxes. Once again, though, I don't know if he's got that early pace to be able to be up in the first couple at the first bend.
Starburst Clemmy gets into the race, aided by a first turn skirmish, and for Malcolm Grant, the outsider in the field.
Yeah, well, look, this Swede Greyhound's done a fantastic job. She 2 or 3 starts ago, she was running around in 3s and 4s, came into the heats, qualified, won a massive race in the semi-final behind Palaka 30-11, was beaten by 6 lengths. But no, she just won't get across from there. I don't think she'll get across from there.
What are your numbers on the race, Craig?
Well, look, I went Raw Energy on top. How could you not? I've thrown the Fahey runner Opawa Swede in there, number 5. Then I went Speed Legend and Whaler Go.
It's the Group 1, New Zealand's richest greyhound race, the Buy and Sell Exchange New Zealand Cup over 520 metres. And the man to call his 35th New Zealand Cup is Trevor Wilkes. Trevor, what's your numbers before we kick off the big one?
Yeah, 7, 2, 4 and 5 for me, Brendan. I'm going to stick with Whaler Go. I thought it was a very impressive semi-final win last week. There's no doubt about it. Raw Energy's been stunning during the heats in the semi-final. Box 2 does worry me a wee bit. I know he's got those slow beginners inside or outside of him, but Fancy Dashes on his inside. If Raw Energy can't lead here, I'd be just getting a bit worried. But Whaler Go, just to me, has come into form right at the very right time. He's drawn up there in box 7. I don't think that's going to be too much of a worry for him. And if he can jump, get across and get into the party early, I think he'll be very hard to beat. But it's a tremendous field. Opawa Swede might be the forgotten dog. Of course, very hit and miss at the boxes, Opawa Swede, but we know he's quite brilliant on his day. Speed Legend's another one that can come out of the ruck and certainly get over the top of them. Green light is through to the control tower. Bunny set in motion. This is it, the Buy, Sell and Exchange New Zealand Cup for 2013. Set, ready and racing. Off and running now, and Raw Energy jumped out along with Fancy Dasher and going up on the outside of Opawa Swede. They reach the first corner, driving through behind them, Piggyback. Round the bend out of the straight, now Whaler goes back, got back past midfield. Raw Energy on the inside of it. They're followed a length for 2 to Speed Legend. Getting back a bit now in the field. They were followed Brighton Bullet, and right at the back of the field is Starburst Clemmy on the corner. Opawa Swede went up and took the lead. Opawa Swede in front, turning turning for home, and it's got away. Opawa Swede is going away to win the New Zealand Cup. Second home was Piggyback, Raw Energy, way to go. There followed Speed Legend close up. Outside of them was, we had wide on the track, Brighton Bullet, down on the inside, Fancy Dasher and Starburst Clemmy at the tail of the field. That's the way they've finished in the Buy, Sell and Exchange New Zealand Cup for the year 2013. And you can put the circle around Opawa Swede. Number 5, Opawa Swede, the winner. We know it's hit and miss at the boxes. Got away beautifully tonight and grabbed the lead before the point of the home bend, and it's raced away to win it, and win it quite stylishly. Second home, you'll find, will be number 6, Piggyback, Raw Energy doing well for third, and then it's a bit of a toss-up between either Way to Go the outside or Speed Legend on the inner. Just wait for the official placings to come through from the judge. But the winner, no doubt about it, Opawa Swede, the Black Dog by Bombastic Shiraz at a perfect token, raced by the Opawa Racing Limited. And Jean and David Fahey, they score again. I think that's about their 6th win from the last 8 years. Opawa Swede has won the New Zealand Cup for 2013. And with the official wrap, let's join Pete Rosanowski.
Thank you, Trevor. We have now the official result of race 9. The Buy, Sell and Exchange New Zealand Cup Group 1 for 2013. The winner, number 5, Opawa Swede. Second, number 6, Piggyback. Third, 2, Raw Energy. The fourth placing, number 4, Speed Legend. The remaining placings, 7, 9, 1, 8. So the full list of placings for this year's Buy, Sell and Exchange New Zealand Cup, 5, 6, 2, 4, 7, 9, 1, 8. The winning time is 30.28. The lead up was 5.85, a midsection of 17.96, strong run home of 12.32. The margins, 3 3/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length, 3/4 of a length, and half a head. So there it is for 2013, and the winner, number 5, Opawa Swede.
Semi-final, and he wins the Buy, Sell and Exchange New Zealand Cup. Betting home the 6 and Piggyback for Steve Clark. Third across the line, the favourite Raw Energy, and fourth, the 4 Speed Legend. Let's get to Craig Roberts.
And Jean and David Fahey, they've got an outstanding record in this race, especially over the last 8 years. They've won 6 of the last 8 New Zealand Cups. And
All right, with me is Jean Fahey, the co-trainer of Opawa Swede. And Jean, you've won a few of these now in the last few years. I guess the thrill's just as big as the first one for this one.
Oh, definitely. I don't think it ever changes to win this at home on your home track. To win the New Zealand Cup is just a thrill.
And I talked to Dave a few weeks ago. We just talked briefly about the New Zealand Cup, and I said, have you got anything coming in from Aussie for the Cup? And he said he didn't, and obviously he had good faith in what he already had with the team he had at home.
Yeah, Opawa Swede's always showing a bit of ability, but he's gone off at different times, and he's obviously come right at the right time for us this year, so we're really pleased with the way he's gone in the last few weeks.
He said he had a bit of trouble jumping, and you know, that's when he went off. He just wasn't pinging the lids. Well, in the semi, he's made a flyer, and today he's made a flyer. You must have been, good thoughts must have been going through your head when they got to the first bend, and Opawa Swede was right on the outside of Raw Energy, who was jammed in between you and Fancy Dasher.
Well, I actually closed my eyes until the finishing post the first time round, and then when I opened them and I saw he was up there pretty close to them all, I thought we were in with the chance for some of the money, and was really pleased when he went round them.
Yeah, because he has got that strength, hasn't he? And you know, so handy down the back straight.
Yeah, he's a strong dog, and when he's in that sort of position, you know you're in with a good shot.
Yeah, no, well done. Jump on the top of the dice there, and get Robin Wales and get him there as well. We'll just have a quick chat. Robin, man, that's put a lot of time and effort and money into the sport in the last few years. What number's this cup?
Number 4, they tell me. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but who's counting?
Yeah.
Obviously, being one of the owners, did you have a wee wager on him on the fixed odds?
We had a wee bit on, but that was all. It's just nice to win the race. That's really is. We love this dog. So.
No, he's been a good dog, and Dave's done a great job getting him jumping right when he needed to with the final come here tonight.
Yeah. No, Dave loves the dog too. He's one of his favourites. So
that always
nice.
helps if the dog's the favourite of the trainers.
Yeah.
All right, well done, Robin Garp, and get in amongst the action there. There you go. That is Robin Wales, the proud owner of the 2012, 2000 and don't even know what year it is now, the 2013 New Zealand Cup.
And Opawa Swede takes it out, and a Greyhound who was really well supported through fixed odds as well. There was a $2,000 bet placed very late on the Greyhound and also supported through the first Fahey dog home. Pays $5.18, $1.70, piggyback $2.10, Raw Energy $1.40. 5 and 6 Quinella has paid $14.80, Trifecta at $91.70, and the 5, 6, 2 and 4, first 4 at $528.40. Completed a treble on the first 3 legs of pick 6, 3, 9 and 5. It's paid $675 even. Pick 6 got knocked around before the previous, and now we're down to 63.76. You need 3, 9 and 5. Opawa Swede in that training combination, Russell Jackson of Jen and Dave Fahey win the 2013 New Zealand Cup.
Richest Greyhound race in New Zealand, and I'm sure that your sponsorship into this event is acknowledged and recognised right round the racing circles in New Zealand. Congratulations to Opawa Racing, the owners of Opawa Swede, the winner of the 2013 New Zealand Buy, Sell and Exchange New Zealand Cup. Second in the event was Piggyback, trained by Steve Clark of Maramarua Forest, and third was Raw Energy, trained by John McInerney at Darfield. It's now my pleasure to ask Steve McCorn to come forward and present the New Zealand Cup to the connections of the winner of the race, Opawa Swede. Steve, and shake hands and do all you've got to do. Thank you, Steve. And now, Steve, I would invite you to address the presentation.
Thank you very much, Jeff. The Christchurch Star Company, publishers of the Buy Sell Exchange, is very proud to sponsor tonight's race, which featured the best dogs in New Zealand. And it's very pleasing to see that the winning dog is a local dog from Canterbury, and this is a province that we have our roots and that we're connected to. And $60,000 prize for the winning dog is certainly very good, and I think would make the local owner a very happy man. So congratulations to the winner and the place getters, and again it's our pleasure to sponsor tonight's inaugural race, or a race with the best dogs in New Zealand for the New Zealand Cup. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Steve. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to introduce to you Robin Wales, who I guess you could say is the manager of Opawa Racing. Robin.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Steve, Buy, Sell and Exchange. It's great to get sponsors involved in this game. Look, first of all, I've got to thank my 2 partners, Graham Campbell and Ron Todd. You know, like I bully them around a bit, but they stick by me, and it's great there. The next thing I've got to thank is Jean and Dave Fahey, plus their workers, Ross, Mac, and the others. You know, like it's great what they do. And then I've got to thank my own staff that work at there, and they all do a good job. But it's great to win. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Robin. And thank you, Steve, for your kind words with regard to the Christchurch Club and the New Zealand Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, that completes the presentation for the 2013 New Zealand Greyhound Cup. Thank you very much for your attendance, and we'll be back again for the Sockburn Cup a little later on in the evening. Thank you.